Good morning, boys and girls. Today we will be going over lesson 13.7, area and the distributive property. So first thing I want to do is review the distributive property, as that's not something that we have done in a while. We did this in one of the multiplication chapters, but I want to kind of explain what that is. Okay, so if you look up here, this kind of reminds you the distributive property can be used to model the area of a rectangle, and it's actually when you decompose one of the factors. Okay, so usually the factor that you're going to decompose is going to be the larger number. So for example, if you have this question where it's 7 times 12, the way you decompose it, you leave the 7, which is the smaller number, exactly the same, and you're decomposing the 12 into 10 and 2. So you're making two mini multiplication problems, which are easier for you to solve, and then you have a addition symbol in between, and you're adding. So you do 7 times 10, which will give you 70. And here you'll do 7 times 2, which will give you 14. And then you're going to add them together to get 84. Okay, so it would be 84 square units. So distributive properties, an old property, it's not something that we're just learning for the first time. We already did this, and we did a couple of quizzes on this property. So now we're going to use it to find the area of a figure. Again, I do have to say to you that we hope that at some point you'll be able to look at 12 times 7, just be able to do it without any hangups. But if you need to break it down further into 2 sections, we want you to be able to model it like this to show that you've broken apart the 2 units and then the 10 units. I don't know if you guys remember, we did a math modeling test on this before. Okay, with distributive property. Okay, I want to show it to you in action here. So here's another question where you had 7 by 6. And in this case, I broke the 7 because the 6 is the smaller number. So if you are wondering what I mean, here's 5 and here's 2. Together they make this 7. And the 6 stays the same. So only one factor is broken down, which is usually the larger one, okay? So then I did 6 times 5 is 30, 6 times 2, 12, and then you're going to add it together. Okay, so that's distributive property here. So if you take a look here, again, I'm sure you can figure out by now, which is the number that you're going to break down. Would it be the 4? Or do you think it might be the 11? So most likely, remember, according to what our lesson is teaching us, it's the larger number that you need to be breaking down. That's all that distributive property is, okay? And when you move on here to the last pages, now you're applying this, right, to different problems. So don't get confused. It's really the same exact concept. It's just that you're applying it to word problems, okay? And if you have any trouble with this, any specific one back here, you can message me on Class Dojo and I can assist you.